two, 1, 2, 3. Hey everyone, welcome to Music with Ryan. I'm of course Ryan, and for today's lesson, we're going to go over the classic country, gospel, bluegrass tune, I Saw the Light, written by Hank Williams Sr. And I see a lot of bluegrass bands do this tune, and I used to sing this tune when I performed. So I wanted to create a nice little beginning bluegrass solo for you, work on some double stops, some more alternate picking, and some, starting to get a little fancy towards the end of the break, but again, staying close to the melody, but getting that bluegrass feel going a little bit with your solo. So this video lesson's about 25 minutes in length, comes with the PDF tabs and 4 backing tracks, all right? So starting from about 120 beats a minute all the way up to 200, so you can get your performance speed going. I've also included a nice rhythm lesson as well, so just a kind of a 10-minute overview of how I play rhythm. 3-chord song, fairly simple, but I just talk about some classic bass walks that I would do and a little bit of some nuances in the right hand to kind of give a little more energy to the rhythm playing. All right, so if you like the way this lesson's going, I encourage you to go over to my website where you can purchase the full length. But for now, we're going to give you a little preview of what's to come, close-ups to my left and right hand, tabs on the screen here, and we're going to start diving into this bluegrass solo for I Saw the Light. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe. All right, so let's go ahead and walk through I Saw the Light in the key of G. And just remember that the markings on the bottom of the staff are our pick directions. So if you see that below the first note there, that staple looking thing is a downstroke, and the V shape is an upstroke. And another thing to take note on the tab too is that you see a line in the first full measure. There's a line going across from one note to the next, and there's a parentheses around it, and that's a tie. So we're not actually going to play the note in parentheses, it's just tied over to that note, okay? And the P's mean pull off and H's mean hammer-ons. So yeah, just wanted a reminder of that. So I'm going to play the first 2.5 measures here, and then we'll break it down, play it a couple times. Starts on beat 4. As you see those squiggly lines, if you didn't know, those are quarter note rests. So it'd be like 1, 2, 3. Do it again. 2, 3. Sorry. 1, 2, 3. And I'm not fingering the whole G chord there. I could. Play one little wrong note. You could, but I'm just going to make sure I got these 2 down here in the 3rd fret of the B and the E string. Kind of strumming then the bottom 3 or 4 strings on my strum pattern. So kind of all starts that first measure and a half there is just pretty much on one string. It's all on the D string there, and so we got a couple 8th notes, and then the first full measure there, 4 and 1, 2 and 4 and. Okay, a little syncopation in the middle. 4 and 1, 2 and 4 and. So we have a double up in there in the middle. If you notice, there's a double up. That tie kind of creates that double up. Down, up, down, down, up, up. Whoops. I pull off. It's almost hard to do is pull off slow. It's an excuse though. I should be able to do it slow. 4 and 1, 2 and 4 and. And the pull offs too, you want to pull straight down. You almost want to grab it with your finger. Get a nice clean, strong pull off. You don't want to pull outward. You want to pull towards the ground. You see some guys flick up. That works too. Professional players do that. I pull down. I've always been taught that. They both work. I like pulling down. next measure there is hit an open G string and a down. That's what then we have a little strum on those bottom 3 strings, 3 or 4, but pretty straight ahead. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and one, two, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and okay. So I like to count. If I'm having troubles with a measure or two, I really encourage you to count your way through it. If you can say it, you can play it. And it might be uncomfortable at first, but I promise if you can do that, it'll be very helpful. Practice tip is to count while you play, or count out the rhythm even without playing. Count it out and then play it. So just that measure again. We'll move on here. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Okay. And my down ups there, strumming the G again, it's on the bottom 3. If you hit the bottom 3 or 4, that's all right, but it's really on that bottom 3. I might finger the whole G chord maybe as I'm playing so I don't get some overtones. Okay. So now moving on to measure 4 there. The next 3 measures sound like this. It's kind of the same. This measure is the same.